Hello, Tia. Did I talk to you on the phone today?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, Nikki. Hello, everyone.
All right. All right. So we talked. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to get the room to fill up a little bit more. I'm trying to give it some time to fill up so we don't have to repeat ourselves. Normally there's some music that can play, but I don't see how to make that happen here because I don't do spaces that often anymore. Um, so I guess we're just gonna have to get started because there's really aren't that many people in here yet, and I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of what was happening. So I'm trying my best to not get started yet, but looks like we're going to get started anyway. Let's give it about 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. Anyhow, it was really nice to see March, the March Museum mixer. Everybody that who showed up, they looked fantastic. I saw Nicety there, Afro was there, um, Dewan B. Everybody seemed to really enjoy themselves there. So shout out to Tariq Nasheed for hosting that event. Some of the people who showed up, I didn't even know that they were. I couldn't even recognize them because I'm just so used to seeing people online and what they look like online, like because their pictures aren't like a picture or something, and then I see them and I have no idea that they are who they are. But anyhow, I can't wait to go to the event that's coming up in May. I'll definitely be there for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and hopefully everyone else understands how important it is to be here for this. Um, we've been receiving some pushback on the terms foundational Black American and what it means to be a Black American. I'm thinking that some people who identify as freedmen, they would prefer to identify as freedmen and not foundational Black American, or not identify as Black American. It's been very confusing for some people because these terms keep changing and changing and changing, and we have noticed that there have been surveys that have come out. There's been one survey that came out that listed foundational Black Americans as a hyphenated name. It was indigenous hyphenated with foundational Black American. So that survey was kind of close to what we were looking for, but the hyphen kind of just caused it to be an issue. So now there's another one out to that has foundational Black American like not listed until the very end. It's under an umbrella term of a whole lot of other things, and so we were just trying to figure out what was going on because there's a new term called peoplehood that's listed on there. So the pushback that we're receiving is from freedmen, peoplehood, and their survey. Okay, so we're just going to put it out there. Um, some people are feeling like this is being done to undermine FBA. Some people are feeling like this is just being done by some people who only want their specific lineage. I mean, their specific identifiers. recognized. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to push it off to Joe and let him go ahead and explain the rest. Okay, got you. You can unmute Joe. Okay, then drop down. You have to drop down and then I'll bring you back up if you aren't able to unmute. Just drop down and then come back up.
Okay.
Are you okay? Go ahead.
Give me 1 second.
So basically, the term peoplehood. This is something that kind of this we were hit with this overnight. I heard no one speaking about this on the timeline or anywhere within reparation circles before. I think it was yesterday. I got some back channels about it, and I feel like we were just like thrown into it and with it with no warning, and it just didn't seem like it aligned with what we wanted FBA to represent as our lineage. And we are not a group. Sometimes I'll get nervous and I'll start speaking, but let me make this clear. We are not representing ourselves as a group. We have no leader or anything like that. We are just trying to speak up for our who we are and what our lineage is. Just that simple. We're not trying to do anything else. We don't have a group. We don't have a leader. We don't have anything like that. So, just one moment. Be right back. Is your mic working now, Joe?
Yeah, it's working now. I don't know what's going on. Hey, hi everybody. Man.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, so we wanted to start about the backstory and everything. So what's going on, fam? What's going on, Carl? I just want to say, man,
Hey,
this right here is beyond wow right now, y'all. Um, I gotta always bring it to the forefront that these people were going behind our backs to reclassify 40 million people as freedmen. Okay. And just so happened I went to the OMB hearings when it first started. I'm gonna post that in the Jumbotron to, prove to people that I'm just not, making stuff up. Like I was actually communicating with the OMB back in September and October when it came down to this. Um, let me see. Where is it? Forgive me, y'all. I got to get this stuff together. Getting this stuff together. Um, did I do it on my page? I might have did it on my page. Yeah, I did. I'm gonna share it in the Jumbotron. So I had actually got the memo about the OMB when it was going down, and I didn't really think too much of it. I thought that other people, in the family was involved. Um, and when I went there, you know, like I say many times before, it was nothing but ADOS and Freedmen there. And all of them were saying this term, their terms of explaining why it was important, for this to be put into the lexicon and to identify us. Let me go inside, y'all. Hold on. Oh, that person. God damn it. Yeah. Why it was important to identify us as ADOS or Freedmen. And they had all kind of what you call it, PowerPoints, presentations, all kind of stuff, right? I'm like, wow, these folks are really prepared for this, right? So when this is when the shit hit the fan. I'm gonna just use the layman terms. When shit hit the fan, but I got an email around January 26th, and it was saying that we could either be, they have two choices: either call us ADOS or call us Freedmen. And I was like, oh hell no, I definitely don't want to be wrapped up in nothing like that. What happened to Foundation of Black American? And then I noticed that a lot of those people that were so-called freedmen, they would switch up their term. They'll be freedmen one day and they'll be FBA another day. And they always in the FBA spaces. And or when they in the freedmen spaces, they only freedmen. But when they're in the FBA spaces, they FBA. And I was like, you know what? Something ain't right about this. And so I waited for a few hours to see if anybody was going to like let people know that we had a 90-day window to let the OMB know what we would like to be called. And basically no one posted anything. As a matter of fact, they were acting as if that didn't even occur, right? And just so happened, the people that stand on solely Black American, they've been always going at the freedmen, and they've been on their heels. And I posted a tweet. I say, "Does anybody know about the OMB?" And this is the message that I got. And I posted the screenshot from the email of saying that we got 90 days. So I got hit up in the back channel like, but we ain't know nothing about this. You telling me this was finna happen? I'm like, yeah, real time. So they did their research and they found out that it was in real time that we were about to be classified as American Freedmen or ADOS. 40 million of us, 50 million. That number 40 million, 50 million varies. We were about to be reclassified without our knowledge, without us knowing. And the crazy thing about it is that when I woke it up, it wasn't hard to kind of like for the other people that stood on Black American to kind of like see what the move was, because they already had been peeping some stuff. And don't get me wrong, some of our people have been peeping stuff too, but I see a lot of our people as that stand on FBA. We real friendly, and we fall in love with personalities, and sometimes that can get us from the code, right? And I had people hit me up in the back channel like, bruh, you have to wake it up with your people, man, because they don't know what's going on. And I told them, I said, man, it's going to take time. Give me about a week or two, because I have to I got to slow cook this thing. I just can't, be going at folks and about stuff they actually don't know about. Like a lot of people didn't understand how important the Office of Management and Budget was. A lot of people didn't even know what it was. And it took people like reaching out to me, asking me, hey, what is that? What's that all about? And, you know, I had to break it down to them, you know, and it was like, I had ran into some people that didn't care what they were called. And I know that's problematic because you gotta care what you're called. You gotta know what your identity is. Because if they call you something else, then you align with different type of programs and things of that nature, or status quo that can hit you, and it won't be a benefit to our community. And that's one of the major things that has been happening, you know, when the immigrants and others come over, and they would classify them as black, they would classify them as Negro, um, some of them colored, you know, because they throw them all in the same pot with us, right? And I already understood the science behind Dr. Claude Anderson introducing us to name our own cells and make sure that is a sealed term. And what Tariq did was take it a step further and actually lock it out. And I actually feel that this is like an attack on foundational Black American, the term itself, because these people are running around claiming that it's a group. They're trying to make it seem as though it's a hashtag. I'm gonna put it in the lexicon. I mean, the jumbotron right now. How they written out foundational Black American. Okay, and if you go and look at it, they put foundational Black American last on the OMB call to action page. If y'all can see me, I mean, if y'all can see it, give me like a thumbs up, a 100, a heart, or something like that. Let me know that you following what I'm talking about. It's up there in the jumbotron, and it's the OMB call to action section of that white survey. Are y'all following me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're gonna read it together, because I gotta break this down for people. Black American. Black American. The category Black American includes individuals who identify with any of the foundational populations in the United States of America, previously referred to as Negro, Freedman, Black, Colored, Mulatto, or African American, prior to the end of the 19th century. I want y'all to hold on to that end of the 19th century. This includes people and groups that identify as freed Blacks, American Freed, Gullah Geechee, American Negro, Black American, African American, American descendants of slavery, and foundational Black American. Now, what happened? What the problem is? Because I know a lot of people won't see it's a problem yet. But what the problem is, foundational Black American is a codified term. Foundational being the lineage, Black being the race, American being the nationality. We all know this. You cannot add foundational Black American to any other terms because it watered it down. We know that there could be white freedmen. We know this. If you do not know this, please go to my page. You might have to scroll back some, but you will see I've proven a white freedman. Yes. So there are white freedmen. Also with Negro, there are Negroes in the diaspora. You got, people that they was in Caribbean, they call them Negro. Negro is an international term. And I'm not talking down on what the Negro is, because they did call us Negro as well. But I wanted to make sure that I'm highlighting and making my point clear on why it was so important that foundational Black American is not attached to any other terms, because it is an all inclusive term. If anything, those terms can go up under foundational Black American, but foundational Black American cannot go up under those terms. And what has happened is they're using this as if there's some type of we're just some type of hashtag or some type of group that just identifies themselves as this. And that's problematic because we definitely are putting in the work to make sure that we get foundational Black American identified as our ethnic identifier, because we are a specific and special and significant lineage, right? So now it's come to the point, where this survey came out last. When was that, Nikki? Last month? A survey came out last month.
Yeah, it was last month. I couldn't unmute at first, but yeah, it came out last month, and it was passed around because it was the only survey that was out, and there was a lot of good about it, but that one part was an issue.
Yeah,
So
right, right. And let's all be clear about this. We know we don't have any leaders um of our lineage. Like, we're not some organization or anything, but we do have an individual that coined the term, and he coined that term specifically so it would not allow other groups to be affiliated or to co-opt themselves into the term. You get what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, we understand that we got people that can co-sign things that have a little bit more knowledge about the direction and the vision of what this lineage is all about, versus people that just agree with something that sounds good. And sometimes we got just can go thing that sounds good, but not putting the mathematics together, not adding 1 plus 1. You get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this situation now, y'all, and they came out with another survey. Now, it is highly, I suspect that they're trying to jump in front of us as our leaders, because I was listening in another space and I heard them, say that they were doing all this work and all this stuff, and no one asked them to do this. Um, the OMB is open to the public. We don't need a survey of people that didn't sit down with us and actually know what the definition of foundational Black American is. Like, these people are just throwing foundational Black American in there with no definition, y'all, and that's an insult. And that you have to define what foundational Black American is. If you're not defining it, you're just throwing it in there. You're just tossing it in there. That's just saying that you're making us seem as though what we stand on is not important. And we stand on this. We stand on this. We believe this. We know this. And they're trying to erase our Blackness too, y'all. A lot of these people that are part of this survey, I'm going to share to the Jumbotron, the individual that has been pushing this survey, something that this person has, um, as far as their belief system about the term Black. I'm looking for it now, y'all. Give me 1 second. Looking for it now. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Hold up. It's not in there. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. We gotta wake up, man. It's getting real hectic out here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, here you go. Here you go. All right. Oh, they deleted that tweet. Hold on. Let me see. Here you go. That's it. Um, Black is a social construct, a social status that white supremacists created to make themselves feel good. They have taught us it's a race. It's not a race. So let's start there. This is one of the people. Well, this is the person, whoever this is, capital account. If y'all look in the jumbotron, that has put themselves out there with this Friedman thing. Not Friedman thing, but this peoplehood thing in this survey. And we already understand how important it is with when we identify with our blackness, the work we put in behind blackness. We've empowered blackness. We got a term called black power, you know. And my thing is, man, we have to be wary of these people. They come in with these terms, these co-opting spaces. They make it seem like it's all good. And it is our duty to gatekeep. When you hear anyone telling you that they don't want to fight, but they're using oppositional terms like peoplehood, what the hell is a peoplehood? And then they want us all to come together to fill out a survey versus speaking for ourselves. Think about that, y'all. Just think about that. Why do you want to speak for me so bad? Why do I need to support your survey so much? Think about that, y'all. When we all have the opportunity, when OMB acts, we want to the public. And if you don't know the OMB link, I'm finna put it in the jumbotron. You can go straight to it, post your comment. You know, if you need information as far as how to navigate it and stuff like that, or you're not sure on what you need to be saying, or your articulation ain't up to par or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You can always reach out to one of us, man. You can reach out to me. I'm posting it in the jumbotron right now. Okay, this is the story, y'all. This is the story behind all this stuff. I didn't realize that we were being co-opted and our energy has been leached off of by these people until I noticed that they brought that white guy named Gabe around and they dumped out the window for him. That's when I realized we had a problem and that at some point we're going to have to draw the line with them because a lot of them are thriving off the energy of FBA. If you've been paying attention, they don't do nothing without us. They can't stand on their own. Their goal is to get you to change your wording, remove black, get away from being lineage based, get away from being direct cash payments, put a bureau in place, and let them handle the money. They're doing all of this. We look at the thing in San Francisco with the
I'm
guy with
starting
the
to say something.
NAACP. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I wanted to say something, but I'm gonna wait till you finish.
Okay. When you look at the guy from the NAACP, Amos Brown, he's a part of the California Reparations Task Force. He's also the president of the San Francisco chapter of the NAACP. This man blatantly said that he was against direct cash payments, man. They say no to it, and his name was up there on the seal. And when they saw the pushback, then everything started to kind of like change around, and then he had to go and talk about it and say that that's not what he meant. And then you had other people saying that we don't know how to manage money, and the usual trope, y'all, the usual trope. Okay, I need y'all to understand, man, how important this is right now. I need you to talk to your closest kin. If you need more information from me on um if you don't see the flaws in this stuff, I could point you in the direction to get the information that you need to start uncovering all of the tricks and the trades and the wording that they've been putting down, because they've been lacing the game. I ain't gonna lie, they have been really, really grooming our people. They have taken a lot of people hostage with this freedman thing. You got people putting FBA freedmen in their tag in their title. You got some people saying, well, freedmen is my actual political designation. FBA is just a social term. That has never been the case with us, y'all. We have actually been wanting to this opportunity to make it solid that we are identified as foundational Black Americans. We named ourselves. We named ourselves. That is empowering. We're telling the world and who we are, and we've defined ourselves. You cannot top that. And I really, really see that all of this is to get us away from this term, because this term locks out anybody that is trying to speak for us, that can ride up under any other term like freedman or Negro or colored or mulatto or any type of other free piece of persons of color, or you can be from a whole nother continent. And they're trying to get in our reparations movement. Remember, I told y'all to keep that 19th century thing in mind, right? When in the jumbotron about the survey, right? When it says African American prior to the end of the 19th century. I just want y'all to think about all that, man. It's real important, man, that we stay on point, family. We living in a real hectic time. People are using you guys' energy, and I hate to see it. A lot of times we go in these spaces, we go in there for entertainment and stuff like that. If you know me, you know that I'm really moving on some constructive type stuff. Like, I don't just be in a space. Sometimes I might come and just get familiar with my family. With the FBA family. Get familiar with y'all, but that's not my forte, man. I'm actually about making some things happen, making some changes happen in real time. I'm not doing this for no clout. I'm not doing this for a channel. I'm not doing this to get recognition or followers or nothing like that. I'm doing this because I understand the importance of there always have to be a watchman. My father used to tell me a story about the watchman. The watchman used to sit at the gate, and he used to watch and make sure that the enemy wasn't close. And when the enemy was getting close, he would alert the family. When we got people coming amongst us telling us that we don't need watchmen like myself, when you got people that come amongst us saying that if we ask a question, they call that fighting, those are not our people, y'all. These people are playing both sides of the fence. I'm gonna land my plane because I'm in the Twitter space. I know Tia probably wanted to come up and say something before you live and let live. So I definitely wanted to kind of like wake the family up and let them know that y'all were just about to be reclassified by 200 people that jumped ahead of everything, and now they're trying to make it seem like they're doing such a good deed. They never apologized for what they did, y'all. They never came out and say, "Man, we were wrong." I've never heard them say that we were wrong for going out and trying to reclassify you guys without you all knowing it. I've never heard them say, "Hey, we didn't pull you guys into a space and let you know that we had an OMB hearing coming up and that we're going to need y'all support." I never heard them say that, y'all. They've never said that. I land my plane.
Thank you, Jojo. I know a lot of us appreciate you being the watchman for us. There's a whole lot of information that you have gotten out to all of us that a lot of us didn't know, whether it was being kept from us or whatever the case, I appreciate you for getting all this information out to us. Really quick, Chantal, I know you have to go. I just wanted to say, guys, when you see information come out, do the knowledge for yourself. If you're seeing that things are moving like you've seen a move before, look into things and see where's this coming from, who's behind this, what's the reason, and why now. We have this survey that's going around right now that we now know how many freedmen are behind. Why is this coming out right now when we're trying to direct people to the OMB surveys for their designations? It's very similar to how we had a rally going on a couple of months ago. And then this other rally pops out of nowhere on the very same weekend, and freedmen are behind that. I'm not saying this about anybody in particular. What I'm saying is that there's commonalities here. So I would advise everyone to do the knowledge. With this new survey, what is it for? Where is my data going? And what is it going to be used for? We've Jojo has shared the links for the OMB. Speak for yourself. Do the knowledge for yourself. Before you fill out anything, check people's contacts. Who are they connected with? What is the reason for this and why now? And you'll see a whole lot of commonalities and come to the determination of whether or not it's legit for yourself. But one thing that is very important is that we do gatekeep FBA as a lineage. It is so tight, y'all. There's nobody else that can claim FBA as a lineage if they are not. Foundational Black American is very direct. There's no way you can twist it, turn it, co opt it, nothing. So just be mindful of that. All right. Chantal, you can go ahead. I'm sorry, honey.
No, it's okay. I gotta ask y'all a question. Would it be okay if I was to curse? Can I curse? Because it is a Sunday, and I don't want to be disrespectful. So I don't want to blow up your ears. Can I cuss? All right. I'm gonna
Go
say
ahead,
one
Chantal. You're
thing.
going to cuss anyway. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna say two things for sure. But this is the only way that I know anything. I'm gonna say one thing. If your family was not over here in 1850, 1860, this should not be a conversation that need to be continued. If your family don't come up over here, I got family that's freedmen's. I got family that's Muslims, Moors, Eastern Stars. I got family that's every damn thing. And at the end of the day, we still black. I don't know why I'm so mad. I'm mad because it's like some type of division, like we all different all of a sudden. Motherfucker, if your family from New Orleans and y'all want to be different, go ahead and go and be different. But don't drag us in the middle of y'all bullshit. If y'all want to be such and such, go and do that. But do not attach y'all shit to what the fuck we doing right now. If your family cannot be traced to the United States of America from 1850, 1700, 1600, I should not have a fucking conversation with you. I feel like you are done and fuck you. And then when you come and do that, like everybody already know who the fuck, excuse my language. We already know who we are. We got a deadline in 2 weeks. April the 12th, everybody bringing out these petitions. Fuck you and your fucking petition. If you can't trace your lineage back to such and such, nigga, you ain't me. And you ain't my kind. You only came to bring harm to me and my fucking family. Now you just coming over to leech off of us. Brother Jojo, I will quit one of my damn jobs just to come help you out. I don't got a problem with that when it come down to my family. I will leave one of my jobs. If you say, Shantae, leave your job, I will come fucking help you. I don't give a damn about nobody and everybody else that got something to say. I'm sick of every fucking body. I am not no fucking immigrant. My family ain't no immigrant. And if you trying to make it seem like we all something different, all of a sudden, if your family don't trace back to 1850, 1860, fuck you. And that's how I feel about it.
Okay, Shantae. You're Shantae,
I'm
right?
sorry. Yes, Miss Nikki. I ain't mean to cuss your ears out. I'm
No,
sorry.
I just want to ask you how you feel because I kind of needed that energy right there. I am getting worn out with this with all of this shit. And if anyone knows me, I have had it up to here with everybody and the sneaky shit they've been doing in
It ain't
this
no, it is
movement.
not, it's not really even, I don't give a damn. Yo, I even have a person in my family that is a What do you call this? What is Marcel? Marcel is a
Gula Gula Geechee.
yeah,
Gullah
he a Geechee. I got
Yeah,
Geechees.
and
My
I don't
cousin
have no
Zach is
problem
a
with that.
Geechee.
If somebody is that, I don't have no problem with them. I have a problem with people who we are obviously the same thing, going behind other people's back and making decisions and holding spaces without, without talking to certain people.
Oh, they
That's what
ride.
I have a problem
They
with.
came on y'all today. I sat back and I sat there and watched it. I got off of work today and I sat back and I said the scene that somebody, I think it was a sister such and such, I forget her name, whatever. And then another sister, a Hera, whatever her name is too. I'm not good with pronouncing people names. Keep religion, keep your little whatever you trying to do, and stop leeching on to us. We've been through a freaking enough. And when you doing that, I'm sick of all of them. I am not no damn foreigner. I ain't no fucking. I got people in my family that's geishas. I got people in my family that do religion. I got people in my family that do what is it? What is it? A freedman, but I think his name was a free man. That was his paperwork. So all this shit that y'all doing, motherfuckers, if you wasn't up over here in 18 fucking 50, fuck you. I'm sick of y'all. All of a sudden we different now, then go be different somewhere else. Don't classify me and mines. And I'm sick of what's his name. He come up on here all the damn time too. The company. The company is an Indian. He's a black fucking Indian, but his family and them, they got money. They got land in California. Well, all them
I didn't
motherfuckers
know
move.
that about the company. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. Oh,
yeah. He'll tell you. He will actually tell you that. The company will tell you, and he don't got a problem with saying it. Company will tell you, like, look, my family is Indian, such and such and such and such. We got land, and then when I got all my brothers and sisters moving out of L.A. and going to Texas, and they moving the hell out. Company family got fucking hell of land up over there. So now he just all up in our fucking conversation, just to see how the fuck his people and them gonna keep getting more damn money. I'm sick of all you motherfuckers. My family, like, bitch, I ain't mean to say bitch, excuse me. I'm sorry. I never say that. My thing about this is my family been owed a debt forever, and I'm sick of everybody got their foot in the fucking pot. How I look at you motherfuckers is if you motherfuckers wasn't up over here, 1850, 1860, fuck you and your motherfucking family. Get the fuck out my face. We did enough. We
are,
carried enough.
are you related to Black Voltron Reloaded? Because y'all talk a little bit alike.
No, I don't think so. I think he's from California and my family from Virginia.
No, he says "f you and your family." I get what you're saying, but I think we've gotten to the point where we know it's like around 1850, the cutoff date.
I
My
think that
issue
we
is
got
now. My issue is the behavior within this movement, the sneakiness. It's like people can't get on code. Nobody nowhere was talking about no damn peoplehood. Nowhere. Now all of a sudden, you got whole rooms of people sitting in rooms like robots and getting brainwashed on some shit that sound like
that's
some
religion. That's
yeah, it
religion.
sounds like some one for all or some all
Mhm.
lives matter crap. Because
Keep religion out of
it was
our business.
explained to me in detail last night what peoplehood is, and it never sounded like it made sense. Um, a lot of parts of what they were saying made a lot of sense, but every time we got to the peoplehood portion of it, it was very shady to me. It sounded like there was some type of like someone had some type of agenda behind it, and that all of our blackness was being erased. So you have people who can't come together because these people don't like each other, and I'm gonna make it clear, I love you. You part of lineage. I love you. I ain't got nothing against you. I ain't or nothing. I'm working with you. But when you got people doing stuff like this, going behind people's back, and then acting like, oh, well, it's really no big deal. I don't know why you have a problem with what we are doing. But you've been in the back channels, you've been on your little Zoom meeting back channels doing this for the longest. And then all of a sudden on Saturday, on March 25th, you release this as if we're supposed to just accept it. And then that website that is associated with is I'm side eyeing that too. That looks like some all lives matter crap too. Go look through that website. Anytime somebody has a website connected with something, read through their mission statement, read their vision, and then it will tell you who they are and what their goal is. I read through everything. I'm just very shy, but I read through everything. I just don't say anything. A lot of times I just keep it to myself. But I guess I didn't make this space to say how I feel, but with people like JoJo, um, and a lot of people with, and I call it a movement, even though we're really not supposed to. But I'm trying to define something in a certain way because we're trying. Our main goal is the reparations. You get burnt out with this, with people doing little dirty stuff behind your back. All of us have the goal to get reparations. And I feel like for some reason, someone somewhere is not of the lineage and they are trying to open up the door for people outside of the lineage to gain access to anything that we have that's available for us. Like
That's
even,
exactly what's happening.
yeah, because why would you do that? And then you have some people who may or may not be on the task force right now who are always talking about African slaves. Let's wake that up. Why all of this suspicious behavior? Why can't people just get in line and do what they're supposed to do? And we're all of the same lineage. We get that we all don't want to use the same name, but why keep adding little? See, I notice little tiny things. I noticed things that are there that are not supposed to be there, that are added or are taken away. And I'm noticing that they keep doing little sneaky shit like adding indigenous to foundational Black Americans, or adding, or just completely deleting foundational Black American and saying, "Oh, this is a hashtag." Why are you doing this? And why are you in my back channel? Um, Trying to make Tariq leader and saying, "Hey, oh, we'll just delete his shit." Why the personal jabs at everybody is what I don't get. And that's why I admit right here on the stage I'm getting burnt out because I care so much. I care so much about my people, but all I'm seeing is everybody in this for their own personal gains. And it's getting on my damn nerves. And I just don't know why people are sitting in spaces like robots because their friends are in those spaces and they're listening to anything that people tell them without thinking, without critically thinking for themselves. I'm just really just getting sick of everybody. So I'm glad
They
that
be
there are
talking
other
down to
people.
people. They be talking down to people like they children,
Yeah,
like we don't know no better.
I'm glad there are other people to help me stay in line, but I must admit, sometimes I need a break because I'm having a problem trusting anybody within the reparation space at this point. Because why all of these sudden changes?
I say
And
one thing. I say one thing, Jojo. If you need me, I will leave my damn job just to come help you, Miss Nikki. If you need me, if you say Shantae says she'll leave her job, y'all say something. Call me out, and I will do it at a drop of a damn dime. And I put that on my life right now because I'm sick of it. I'm telling y'all, I love y'all. I love my family. I got a damn family out here. I am not everybody else. I work two damn
What
jobs, 6 days a week. If you need me, but like Shantae, we need you such and such, I would tell my fucking job, the hell
she all
with
the way
y'all.
in New York, JoJo? Is
I'm in
she in New York?
Jersey.
Oh, she all the way in Jersey,
My
but
mother, my mother and them live in North Carolina and in Virginia. I got family everywhere.
hey, so look at this, right? We got to understand that we're being infiltrated, and their agents working with the people that don't like our brother. I put in the jumbotron the new Democratic something that Camilla Moore just put out. She's part of some Democratic thing. Y'all, we don't rock with the Democrats. When did we? And then you got people coming around us telling us, talking about voting and stuff. We say no tangibles, no vote. When has the message changed? You got to think about the messaging, y'all. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me wake this up. Let me wake this up. Have y'all noticed that freedmen now they want to be black Americans? All of a sudden they didn't want to be free black Americans. Now they want to be black Americans again. They just had a whole space today talking about they black Americans now.
Brainwashed. It's being
Come on,
brainwashed.
y'all.
Brainwashed. I'm gonna tell you something, JoJo, and then I'm gonna hang up. 'Cause I do gotta go to work in a while. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I always listen to when people told me that come from different places. Um, African, whatever, them Caribbeans, they always told me as a child, and I'm a grown woman now, and they said this shit to me no longer than 4 years ago. Y'all gotta keep voting because y'all help us. And if y'all keep helping us, when y'all come up over here to where we from, we're gonna help y'all. I have not seen anything to where as though it's been like an equal exchange. I never seen an eye for an eye. So now if we looking out for ourselves, then I guess that's what we gotta do. When it come down to Friedman, don't get me wrong. I love Marcel. Marcel know me. I love him. But when Marcel brought in a man, dude, whatever, that came, this motherfucker was Italian. I was like, Marcel, I ain't fucking with you right now. I grew up around Italians, and Italians ain't never fuck with us. So Marcel need to be humble a little bit, just to be like, you know something. If my people said that they ain't rocking with it, then I'm not rocking with it. Marcel got up here and said, if y'all gonna do this, what the fuck did Marcel say? I don't care what y'all say. I'ma still do this. That right there was off code to me because wasn't no fucking Italian in this damn world would say that shit about they people. And I'm telling y'all that for a fact. I grew up around Italians. They would never do no shit like that. I'm going to bed. I'll be up in the morning. I'll probably be up tonight too. So if y'all say something, something, Shantae, hit me up in the my little DM, and then I just got to make arrangements. I would definitely do this shit for y'all, and I
Yeah,
figure
you
out.
can always contact me too, Shantae.
Follow
You,
me. I
I
think I'm
must
following
admit, you
you.
were someone who you grew on me. Um, at first, you just seemed like just this aggressive person, but it's
I
more
am
so
aggressive.
passion. It was passion. I had to realize that it was passion with you.
I am
So
aggressive.
yeah, but I realize that you do care about the people and you want to help. And now, as far as us talking about other people and what they're doing, I'm a little bit different. I know JoJo can't stand how I am. I'm always just so extra nice and giving people grace. I feel like there's people who have value. I feel like people have value, but no one is above being called out when they get off cold.
We got
I
two
know I
weeks,
ain't.
Miss Nikki. Miss Nikki, we got a week and a half. We ain't got too
Yeah,
much time.
that's
So we
scary.
got to keep that in mind, okay? I
Yeah.
love y'all. I don't even know all of y'all, but I still fuck with y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah, we just I and I have to also understand that this is only Twitter. This is only Twitter. Twitter got all these clicks and people gonna sit in the spaces of who they cool with. This is FBA, and uh, if people want to go with that Freedman space and do that peoplehood, they can do that if they want, but that won't change the statement that I made for OMB. That won't change the statement that all the rest of us are. Everybody in here, pretty much, I can see. For most of y'all have made statements that I know of that have made statements. I say a good 65% of the people in here made statements and posted them, which is good. And everybody who I know who made statements in here are made FBA statements. So I'm good on that. And all I
Miss
can say
Nikki,
is
can I
that
say one more thing, Miss
go
Nikki?
ahead. I'll mute up. Go ahead.
Miss Nikki, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be honest to everybody in the room. I'll be nice after we get what we want. I got a point of time right now to where as though I could be used and y'all could use me forever what y'all want from now until fucking June. After June, I might need to take a break. So if you need to use me, I'll put in heavy fucking work just to make sure we okay. I'm gonna be be aggressive. Then after June, I gotta go back to go be like a little lady. But at this point in time, I don't give a fuck. When it come down to us right now, I gotta focus on us. And whoever don't like it, I'm y'all already know. I love y'all. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you for coming, Shantae. Is there anyone else who has something to say or has questions about what's going on? Please come up, speak your piece.
Yeah, I just want to kind of like add, that it's real important that we just not on here listening in spaces, man. We really got to be active. This is our opportunity to speak for ourselves. That's what the title of the room is. You speak for yourself at the OMB. We don't need people jumping in front of nothing anymore because that's what they do. They love to jump in front of something and act like they did all the work. When it's our energy that they're thriving off, it's our energy that they're living off of. They can't survive without us. You know, at the end of the day, that it wouldn't even get this far if they wasn't riding on FBA energy. Let's be for real, y'all. That Freedman thing wouldn't even be this far had they not jumped on the backs of foundational Black American energy, man, and co-opted some of our terms like they get y'all in these spaces and they start talking about immigrants, things that we can relate to, and we think these people on our side. But at the end of the day, they still hitting us up with this American freedom stuff. Then they talk about special order 15. Man, listen, man, y'all gotta stay away from them folks, man. I'm talking about for real, for real. Like I'm dropping people, man. When I see y'all folks jumping out the window talking about they freedmen now, man, I'm just cutting y'all. I ain't got time for it, man. I ain't got time because I already know it's a game. It's a scam. You know, it's a scam straight up. And y'all don't realize that, man, by now, man, you slow. I'm gonna just call you what you is. If you don't realize that shit, man, you slow. You need some help. You need some remedial help. These folks, man, these folks just tried to reclassify 40 to 50 million of us behind our damn back and ain't told us we sorry, my bad, my fault, that was wrong. We're gonna involve y'all this time. No, they do not operate that way, y'all. They use whatever energy we have, jump in front of it, and act like they did all the work. And that's what they're doing now. Talking about some scholarship and all that bullshit. You know, we know who be saying that old crap, scholarship. Damn scholarship. That's dang on con artists. They cunning and they baffling, bro. And our people got to stop falling for this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And I see some FBA folks that call themselves FBA, but they just be on some off whack ass shit. They be all in the spaces with these freedmen and agreeing with them and stuff like that. But then push come to shove, they want these freedmen want to erase blackness from the whole database, man. We've empowered that term, man. Y'all know how important that shit is, man. We got a whole month dedicated to Black history. We got Black American culture, man. This stuff is for real, man. I don't know how to break it down to you if you don't understand it, man. But I hope everybody's kind of receiving it, man. I pray that you are, man. You understand how important this is. That we really need to bite back on this. This is the space that we're doing pushing back. Um, who is this? People of color, black and brown. Don't be fooled by. Okay, somebody. I think you can let that person in. Who would? I'm gonna let them in.
That's Tim Samore. He's a he's a friend of mine.
Okay, I just let them in.
Go ahead,
They
Tim.
won't let.
Welcome to the stage. I was multitasking. That's why I didn't see Tim. But Tim is all good. He's been part of this forever. Go ahead.
They won't let me. There it is. There you go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, what's up, Nikki? Just came in real
Hey,
quick. As you know, I'm still around. I'm in the background as always, as you know. Just keeping an eye on things, and from what I hear, it's still the same thing. We got a lot of people with the different name switches, and you know, um, the infiltration of a lot of the black conservatives. I'm gonna say that right off the bat because That's who a lot of these Freeman folks and a whole bunch of these other people are. I've been explaining that to Nikki. I'm not going to get too much into that. I'll keep a lot of the stuff that we talked about in the past between us. But hopefully she's saying a lot of stuff that I was saying like a year ago coming to pass. So it's just kind of strange now with all the different click up things and hearing about all these petitions and different thing like that where nobody where we were having a fight a couple months ago, a couple years, about a year ago, about the who's FBA and what does FBA mean and all that different stuff like that. And it seemed like stuff still hasn't changed. It seemed like it's just more confusion. Um, that's all I kind of really got to say about it. But I do be listening. A lot of people still contact me and let me know about certain things. I try to put out as much information as I can in the background, deep in the background, about who's really who. Um, been a subject of multiple campaigns to have my account deleted, but as you can see, I'm still here. But that's all I want to say for right now. And I'll pause. I'll just pause for a minute. Just wanted to let Nikki know. Well, she know how I support it, so that's cool. And I'll mute my mic.
I do appreciate your support because so much has changed in this movement, and I just I want to see us win, and I get what people were saying to me in the background. Hey, Nikki, this is about us winning or whatever, but I can't get with this peoplehood thing. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. It came out of nowhere. Somebody pulled it out their ass and then slapped it and then threw it up against the wall. And then the people who are supporting it, who have been like in circles with us, and they never said shit to me about it. So y'all knew about it the whole time. I'm looking at on the timeline, and I'm like, dang. I thought you were my friend. You didn't tell me about this the whole time, and you knew about it.
Well, remember, Nikki is all about the people who were playing like they were. Everybody comes in. Everybody come into the clip. They adapt to what's being said. Then once everything is being said, people just, once they get in and they get the notoriety of the people at the top, and the people at the top start shooting them out, and the people who actually were supporting the people at the top, they kind of see that these people might have more juice. They kind of go with them. So once they push aside the people who were actually helping, these infiltrators, which is so many of them now, I can't even tell you. That's why I kind of stay to myself. I got my special crew people who I kind of deal with, and they be like telling me. And I actually have some information I would like to share, but I gotta kind of wait until things are right to do it because stuff just ain't right. But I'm gonna just like I said, I'm gonna just stay in the background. Just say I'm still 100% FBA, B1 mostly. Like I always follow the principles of Nelly Fuller. Like a lot of people, we have people saying Nelly Fuller hates black people. Out of that crew, like 7, 8 of those people out of that crew. So it's just weird. That's why I just say, let me just take a step back. Anyway, I'll mute my mic again. Sorry to interrupt, Nikki.
You're not interrupting me. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. How could someone say that about Neely Fuller? Yeah, there was someone saying F Neely Fuller. I'm not even gonna say her name, but she knows she said it. She said that in some spaces before. I think everybody just wants to be. I think a lot of us see it the same way, but I think everybody wants to be the first to deliver the news. And there are certain people who should not be speaking on things. There's a lot that I know that I don't know, and you don't see me speaking on it. But if I have followers, I will use my platform to make a space, or I'll share something if I feel like more people will get the message. I will get up front in those situations. But I don't know what to say at this point other than we have to. I think before the space started, I said, "Oh, I'm just done talking about it. I'm just going to keep on making spaces about this subject." And there's going to be times where people don't come in. There's going to be times where another space is being held, um, and there's going to be times where people are going to come in. So it's just going to have to keep happening.
Well, Nikki, the only reason I actually spoke is because I kind of heard you starting this. You started to actually sound like me maybe a year, two, actually 2 years ago. about getting burnt out because you don't. It's so much sneaky stuff going on in the background, and people are saying one message one way, but then their actions are something totally different. That's why I kind of like chilled and backed away from a lot of stuff and kind of went in doing separate things on reparations, like in my area and with some people out in California and different things like that. A lot of stuff you can do without letting anybody know that you're doing it. And most of the time they don't care anyway, because most of these people, they're the people who they want a big audience or a big account and stuff like that. So just kind of do your own thing. But really,
Yeah,
the
and
main thing
that's
for
probably what I should do. You know, Tariq shouts me out all the time, tells people to follow me, and it's okay if other people, you know, I'm not trying to do anything like that. I mean, I am going to start posting more to my YouTube channel, relevant things, but for me, this is for the love, the deep passion that I have for my people. That's what this is about for me. That's what it has always been about for me. I have always said that I will be willing to die for the whole movement, that I would give my blood for it and my breath, everything for it. But you got so many people coming in here with their own agendas, and they don't care anymore. They don't care that there are plants being placed directly into the whole movement. They don't care that all these people come in here pretending to be FBA, knowing damn well, because I can tell if somebody's lying, just straight up lying about being FBA. You got some of our people who don't care, because if that person is supporting them trying to gain something personal from it, they're going to go along with that person who is obviously some type of Democrat shield or whatever type of shield or government plant. And it's getting to the point where there's only going to be a few of us who are really in it for what it's supposed to be for. And you know, heroes don't always wear capes. You know, everybody who's in it, who's doing the right thing, we won't be seen. You know, I'm on a board of several organizations that people don't know about, and I don't tell all of that stuff. And so I'm just going to start, you know, continuing to do my own thing. But I am getting burnt out by the dirty behavior by grown ass people in this movement. I'm very disappointed with most of the people that I've been around. I'm sorry to say it. I'm not talking about most of I'm not saying most of my followers. I'm talking about people who I've trusted, and they just don't stay on code, because in all honesty, we should have more people supporting what we're talking about right now. And maybe it's because today is New Black Media Day, you know, Sunday, but there isn't a broadcast going on right now. More people should be in here. I don't know what the deal is, but I'll just keep holding spaces and until I just can't do it anymore, until I just feel like I need to back off, back out of everything. One place you will see me is you'll see me modding in Tariq's um, broadcast, but I just I'm seriously considering just taking a social media break otherwise.
Yeah, but another young lady who just recently, she just tapped out. You know, and I've been trying to talk to her because a lot of the people that she was around, they sorry to cuss again. Sorry, the young lady that was on. Is it okay? I just wanted to say this. You know, they fucked her. You know, and went over her head and did a lot of stuff because there were a lot of black conservatives in there playing like they were black, wasn't black. Did everything they could to get her YouTube channel shut down. I had to help her get that back up a couple months ago, all kind of stuff. So it's really dangerous. So just kind of like stick with how Tariq would say about the 300. You know, just like certain people who you can depend on and stuff like that. I'm always around. I ain't saying that, but I'm listening, and I got a lot of people telling me a lot of stuff, and I got some stuff on some folks that you wouldn't believe. And maybe eventually I'll get with you on that. You know how we do, Nikki, with that.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But it's just a trip of how they're trying to actually break these numbers down to split up, who's the FBA, to split up the reparation thing. And I noticed it as JoJo was saying, is actually coming out at a certain time where, it's just putting a lot of division in instead of marching down the straight line and getting everything done. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to just come in with support. I'm gonna step back down to the stage. Just wanted to say I just want to come in and support you. Say don't get burnt out
Thank
because
you.
another lady, she already tapped out. She said she's not doing it anymore because there's so many snakes. But I'll close right there and I'll step back down.
Thank you.
You know what's so ironic about this, man? Nikki and Tia in the room is that we all understand the term foundational Black American, how codified it is, and we realize how much work we have to do, we have done, um, and there's still work that we got to do. I encourage everybody to make sure that you gatekeep. Don't stop gatekeeping. Make it a part of your daily routine. I don't let nothing slide when it comes to, I might see some, I say, I ain't gonna say nothing this time because of this, that, and the third, because of the weight of it, right? It ain't got that much weight to it. But when it comes directly to our lineage and actually attacking it, and we already on this reparations movement and we're going in a direction, it's like they're splitting us in half by the numbers, you know. They're breaking us down by the numbers. They're infiltrating us from all sides. Just be mindful, y'all. Just watch it. Watch it from a third party perspective. Just looking when they pop up with something, they come up with a new term. They're always trying to change the language. They're always trying to change the language. They're talking about Black American peoplehood. Come on, man.
That is insane. That is insane, and people are sitting there listening to that without using their brains. I'm like, why didn't y'all even go and look at that website? Why didn't y'all read the mission statement? That would have told you everything you needed to know. But y'all letting somebody else read for you.
Read for us and talk to us. Talk at us. No, not talk to us. Talk at them. They talk to them. It was just like the sister was just saying. They talk down to folks, man. Um, all this, so I do the work. Da 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 da. I do this. I do that. I sacrifice my time. I lost my relationship behind this. You listen to all that stuff they talking about, man, and you recognize how silly it is for them to even say that because no one asked you to do that. No one asked you to go and write that survey. Nobody asked you to go in the back channel and whoever you was working with that gave you the heads up on the OMB hearings allowed you all that time to put your presentations together and y'all went in there and y'all did y'all presentations and PowerPoints. Nobody told y'all to do that, man. Some people don't really care, man, and I get it. You know what I mean? Some folks don't care. You know what I'm saying? But you got folks that play both sides, man. And I'm recognizing that, you know what I mean? They play both sides. They say they down with us, but they not, you know. Or they say they down with us and don't really understand what foundational Black American means. Like they didn't even have the nerve to break down what foundational Black American meant. You just can't throw that. Foundational Black American dates back to 1860, the 1860, 1870 census. You feel what I'm saying? But they got
Right.
something about the 19th century in there, the end of the 19th century. That ain't foundational Black America at all. So all that stuff problematic, man. You know, and we waking it up, man. I said, you know what? I seen them in that space. I said, man, we always gotta have some issue with these folks, boy, because they always gotta galvanize our people. They always gotta gain support, and they always gotta utilize our energy. So if they come in there sounding like they're smart, articulating words to the T, dropping all these statutes and constitutional laws and different clauses and articles from, you know, biographies and things like that. You have people kind of in a awe, you know what I'm saying? But when you cut down the middle and look at it for what it really is, this stuff should not be that difficult. It should not be that difficult. Foundational Black American is so simple and straight to the point, y'all. Simple and straight to the point. Foundational the lineage, black the race, American the nationality. Period. But you got to get all these other terms and throw them all in there and mix it up and go back to this article and this bill and that bill. And I said, hold on, man, something ain't right about this. And we seeing for what it is. It's not right, man. It's not right. It's to get our people to pull away from what we've been standing on for the past, what, 3-4 years, 5 years. We've been standing on foundational Black American, man, and they tearing us apart. How many, all right, right this in the room. How many people that you know was solely foundational Black American last year are freedmen or something else now? I'm finna throw an emoji
Yeah,
up
see,
there.
I've been on the same wave. I ain't changed nothing. I took some of my stuff. I changed the only thing I changed was that my bio on Instagram never changed. It's always been FBA B1, but I play around with the bio on Twitter because I have more people who I interact with. I ain't never changed nothing. Nothing. And the people who I'm close with who have been part of this, they ain't changed nothing either. Now, but I'm not gonna criticize you if because there's some people who came into this later and they were just learning about it. So they changed as they realized who and what they were. Because some people they just didn't understand because they had so much Native American in their background and they were trying to figure it out. And so they were on a road to getting there. So I'm okay with that. But for people to keep just changing stuff based on what's popular because they on some group think stuff, I can't respect you. You know, I really can't because this is very serious that we are identified for who and what we are. I'm okay with Black American too if the definition is correct. It has to be treated like foundational Black American. And there are so many, I have so many people from Africa who tell me that they are Black Americans. Now I'm doing a face palm right now because I'm like, they say, oh, well, I'm Black American. And I'm like, no, you're African American. No, you're Kenyan American. No, you're Jamaican American. Oh, well, our family is from Texas. Okay, so where are your grandparents from? And so then we got to go through this whole spiel and go back and forth about who and what they are. And then you remember these people talking about Jim Crow reparations or something like that. A lot of the immigrants, I guess they were here for some of that Jim Crow stuff. So that's another trick bag with people trying to define it as Jim Crow reparations. So we have to make sure that we say 1850 and not 1900. We have to make sure that people are able to trace their lineage, trace their ancestors back to chattel slavery, and that they can trace their ancestors back to the foundation of this country. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. But then you got people who want to get a paycheck, a reparations paycheck. So you got that going on. So it's just frustrating sometimes. And it's a conversation that we have to keep having. And I just hate that somebody came in and added some type of new word to it, some new type of definition and peoplehood. What the hell is that? I'm like,
Hey, so I just got some information in the back channel.
uh huh.
Once I get it, I'm gonna post it. But they told me that overall the OMB town hall had over 75,000 calls, and
Wow.
out of those 75,000 calls, it was Black American FBA. So we really came through and represented. That probably is why those freedmen now are trying to be Black American again. because they didn't want nothing to do with black America. They didn't want nothing to do with the term black, and they still don't. It's in their hearts. I just posted in the jumbotron the lady, whoever this is, Capital Count, Capital Accountability Project, the one that is supposed to be in a space talking about their survey. That survey that is in the jumbotron made a tweet saying black is a social construct, a social status that white supremacists created to make themselves feel good. So my thing is all of the work that we don't put into the term black, at the end of the day, the Moors were black.
Sure was.
These
Sure was.
yeah, yeah, that meant these were words that represented the word name, the term black. So I don't know what they talking about. Which is crazy. This is that status correction stuff. I did have a tweet from a account that said something about that Moorish science temple thing, and that black people don't know how to manage their money, so they shouldn't get $5 million in San Francisco. They should get only 200,000.
Who
There should
said
be
that? Mr. Anus? Mr. Anus said
no,
that, right?
no, no. There was no. This was some account, some old account that popped up, and let me see. They deleted that tweet though. They around here deleting tweets left and right, man. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. I gotta find that person, man. This person came out of nowhere. Like this other guy. I'm gonna put him in the jumbo. I'm gonna put this guy in the jumbotron, y'all. Tell me who know this guy. I'm talking about I called him out yesterday. I said I don't know who this dude is. Man, I said y'all better stay away from him. Cause he talking about some damn peoplehood. And I be damn, he in the space talking today. Ain't nobody ever heard from this guy. He talking like everybody know him. And they talking to him like they know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are these people? I'm looking for it now, y'all. Hold up. I think it might be yeah, it was some old weird account though, that I replied to, and they was just saying a lot of crazy stuff, supporting Amos Brown decision and jumping out the window, left and right. Let's see, where is that? Mm, Let me see. Yeah, whoever unfollow me, I'm gonna block you. So you better block me first. Yeah, I be knowing. I be watching my followers. Soon as somebody unfollow, I'm blocking you ASAP. Cause you ain't coming back to my page. So you better block me now. Cause I'm gonna find out who you is. Let me see.
Sometimes their accounts were taken down. Sometimes they didn't unfollow you. It's their accounts were taken down temporarily or something.
Yeah, you be having folks thugging too. Yeah, let me see.
So
Yeah, I
peoplehood is
can't. I
the new
can't
term they
find
are slipping in along with. Wait, let me read this. Soft code, yeah. The way it was explained to me last night by someone is that peoplehood would make it so that we are all referred to as the descendants over time, and we will be the descendants, and that was supposed to be seen as something beautiful.
it. Right,
And I'm like, well, where's our blackness?
right,
And who are the descendants? It didn't
exactly.
make
Anybody
sense.
can be a descendant. I can't find it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I can't find it. But no, man, these folk, man, I'm telling you, we gotta be mindful. Be real people telling you not to stand up for your lineage.
Yep. all I can say, just like I said, we just gonna have to keep holding these spaces and talking. Whoever has a platform, use it to promote positivity when it comes to our lineage. Use it to promote foundational Black American or Black American as what we want to be called.
Right.
Um, let people know that you don't support this peoplehood stuff. I don't support it at all. I will continue to read on it. I will continue to try to learn more about it. But at the 11th hour, what is there for me to learn? Why are you feeding me this at the 11th hour? Why now?
Why change up? And we almost at, yeah, we at the finish line, and you want to change everything. What's going on? And you just went back to a turn that you was trying to get away from. So what's really going on? You know, they were saying that with remember in these spaces, y'all, they were saying that's our political status, and it's in the lexicon, and all this old stuff, right? But now they want to be Black American.
And
If you
and
don't
for
believe me, go look.
and for those of us who have been B1, we've been on code for years. It just only takes a few of us, and if we just think about that, the fact that it was just a few of us, and we only just need a handful of people to work on putting, documentation out, making statements, and showing up to meetings and things like that. Those of us who are in here, who are on code, who know what I'm talking about, who have been on code for years, let's just stay in touch, send each other messages and let each other know if we see something that's not right. And, one of us could use our platform and speak on it, is all I'm saying. You could come up. I'm gonna let him up.
What's up, Jesse? What's up, Jeff?
Hey y'all, it's a delay. Hey y'all, they can hear us, but it's a delay. Everybody who came, thank you for coming. We're not gonna stay in here that long because Jason Black starts in an hour, so we're gonna be finishing up in a few minutes.
While he's still connecting, I just want to say really quick, there is a part of gatekeeping that is quite uncomfortable for a lot of us. There's a part of gatekeeping that is quite uncomfortable for a lot of us. It's going to require us to pull each other's coattails sometimes. It's going to require us to lose some friends sometimes. And I say that because I know, as FBA, sometimes, at least in our personal relationships, we can be kind of all inclusive and, you know, we'll mess with everybody. But you have to remember that the reason why we are all here, the reason why we are all fighting this fight, is to protect our lineage. We are literally trying to not be erased. So we can't allow any other groups to co opt any of our talking points. We can't let them infiltrate our spaces. And a lot of these people from these other groups, if you listen to them real good, you can tell that they a hustler off the app, and they will try to hustle you off of FBA. So just please be mindful of that, because there's people that come among us that look like us, that talk like us, that have our talking points, but they do not have our lineage's best interest at heart. So please just be mindful of that. And also remember, we're going to lose friends. It happens, right? But we have a whole lineage that we're trying to speak for. So we need to make sure that we are absolutely unapologetic and unmovable. If it's something from something as simple as the lineage dates, 1900, 1800, we have to be unmovable when it comes to that. When it comes to having our race identified in the terminologies that we use, we have to be unmovable with that. We have a history of literally everything that's been connected to us benefiting other people. And we are at a time and we have an opportunity right now that we have never had before. So we have to be unapologetic. We have to be unmovable and uncompromising when it comes to people trying to co opt, change, remix any of our terms. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, that's the hard part about it. Losing friends for what you believe in.
I don't
Um,
know about FBA. I've been trying to let them up. It won't let me allow them up. Somebody can let them up.
he disappeared. I don't see him anymore. He fell out of the room, out of the space. Oh, he fell back into listener. I'll send him an invite, but basically what I'm saying, people are treating this on Twitter like this is about a popularity contest. That's what I don't like. And we have to make sure that we are focused and don't worry. Just like what Tia just said, we got to make sure that we're focused and not worried about losing friends within the quote unquote movement, because it's bigger than our friendships, our personal friendships. This is our lives, our livelihood. And we built this country. Our ancestors built this country. We have something to be proud of. The Native Americans, they didn't build this damn country. The Native Americans, the Native Americans ain't even Native American no more. I don't know what the hell they are, but they white people now. They not us. I got Native American in my background. I got pictures of it, but I still refer to myself as a black person because the Native people in my family had dark skin and they were treated like black people. We were treated like black people, and we are black people. And we were. I have slaves, and I had slavery in my family. So why would I want to be anything else? And some people say, "Oh, I wouldn't want to walk around and say I was a slave." Why? And I've had the Kenyan people, the Kenyan and the Nigerian people say, "Hey, why do you want to be identified as a slave?" I never said I wanted to be identified as a slave. I want to be identified as someone who can trace. I can trace a lot of Nigerian people and people from the continent. They really don't know where they come from like we do. Like there's so many records to say who my grandfathers, all of my grandfathers were, all my grandmothers were. I know who I am. I know where I come from. I know what county, what city, what state, what county they came from. I know who was married to whom. They can't say that about themselves. We can say that, and we know we have proof that, I have proof that I have ancestors who worked the railroads. I have proof of of my grandmother and what she did for a living, and my great grandmother and things like that. They don't. All they have is what they verbally told each other. We have records. We have well kept records. So um, I am not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed that my family had to be slaves. That they had to be in part of slavery. um, if anything, other people should be ashamed that they are over there and they still are letting people colonize them. I don't flee from white supremacy. I'm not afraid of white people. I'm not afraid of white supremacy. I fight against it every day. So those other people don't. I do.
Cool
You can go,
Breeze
Cool
came
Breeze.
to the stage.
Yeah, this is my friend too, Cool Breeze.
Hey, what's going on, Sister Nikki? What's going on, Brother JoJo and Sister Tia? Yeah, I agree with you guys are saying. This is this is kind of new to me. This whole peoplehood thing and people co-opting. People not getting on code and they got their own personal agenda and everything with all this stuff. And just like you said, Brother JoJo, this is something that's pretty serious. I'm glad that you're on top of it, man. And I definitely follow you because that's how I be getting some of the updates on the OBM. Follow you, Sister Nikki, and stuff. And but yeah, man, this stuff is crazy, man. It's sad. People got on their own agendas, but at the end of the day, we got a code, and that code of conduct. It's always foundational. Black American be one first. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. We can trace our lineage to this land, and no one should be able to co-opt it. And they're trying to co-opt it because they got their own personal gain. And I'm gonna yell the bike, Mike family.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much for coming up and speaking. You're always
I,
very supportive. I appreciate that.
You welcome.
I had I had shared something in the jumbotron. Um, y'all need to look at that, man. Y'all need to look at that, man. That's all I gotta say. We gotta start thinking for ourselves, man.
How
Them
did the
folk come
Native
with anything.
Americans have the ability
Yeah.
to hijack the identity of the American Indians and create tribes and nations?
Now look at the screenshot. Peoplehood.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm bookmarking everything right now. Yeah. Yeah, some of these people who are behind this, they started out on Clubhouse. And let's just keep it real. Every once in a while I log on to Clubhouse and these people still have spaces that are named ADOS. So I don't know what's going on.
I'm looking at some of this verbiage. Is a lot of it sounds very Moorish, to be honest with you.
Bingo.
Moors are the only black people that I know that say black isn't a race constantly. And there's a couple of other things that I'm seeing in here. Um, it's very much giving Moorish Science Temple.
So some of the people who are supporting that, I know that they cannot stand that group of people. So some people who are supporting this, they're just supporting it without really looking into it. I wish the jumbotron showed in the recordings. But I'm not going to keep the space open too much longer. Even though people came into it, and I want them to get the information. I'm going to just keep holding spaces like this to get the word out. I know that tomorrow probably isn't a good day because unless it's done in the morning. But tomorrow, I know that there's going to be a couple of big spaces held. So I'd rather do it when other people aren't holding spaces so that they, get a chance to come into this one and get the information that's needed. So I'd like to keep it open for people to gain whatever information they can because a lot of people probably did not know that this was going on because there were events that went on this weekend. People were away. And I found it odd that on the 25th, I found it odd that on the 25th is when they came out with this. Did they purposely use that date, when they felt like people were going to be busy to put this peoplehood stuff out or what? What do you think, Joe?
Man, I know people came to Twitter or woke up and like, what peoplehood? What the hell? What peoplehood we in? Man, it's crazy, man. Anybody want to come up and share their sentiments on the notion, man? This is a safe FBA space. You know, we try to make sure that everybody on the same page, clicking on the same gears around here, man. Because these folks is really moving fast. They are moving fast, and
We gonna have to move fast too. Then I guess I
exactly.
shouldn't let a day go by. Then but I would like for more people to just speak out on it. Just like I said, use their platforms and say something, speak on it, say something about it. But I just can't see us keeping the space open too much longer if we don't have anything else that we want to share. I forgot what I was about to say something else about the timing of it all. I wanted to mention for the people who weren't in here before, if you see a website attached to some information that like this, Read through that website, read through the mission statement, read through the vision, read through the about, read through whoever they get their news from. Find out everything you can about each website that's connected to any Twitter space page, and you will realize that there's a hidden agenda. For example, if you go look at Capital Accountability Project, go look at that website. That's all I'm going to say. Click on that. Look at the website. Look at the mission and vision statement.
I'm finna
Always
share it
read
in the
through.
jumbotron.
Yep. Always read through people's websites, every bit of it, because it would tell you what they're trying to do. With that being said, you want to close out the space?
I just shared the website to the jumbotron.
Okay, my
Y'all
apologies. I am
y'all
sorry.
snap. Now you good. Y'all snatch that up right quick. Snatch up all the information you can get. I'm gonna continue to work on this, man, and break this down. We got to continue to push back. We got to continue to call it out. We got people tethering amongst us, y'all. We got tethers calling other tethers, tethering amongst the FBA, using our energy to get their causes and their agendas, met. We got to stop that, man.
And
Much
two,
love, though.
when you guys see us, joining, and then we have spaces, even if the space is small, just like I said before, it only takes a few of us to get this work done. It only just takes a small amount of us who are on code. So don't worry about anything else but us just getting things done, between the small amount of us. Hi, Chanel. Hi, Eve. Hi, Star. Thank you for coming, everybody. With that being said, you want to close us down, JoJo?
No, we good. See, you got something to say?
I don't. I just want to remind everybody, just stay on code. It's so easy to be sidetracked. People are coming at us with different agendas. People are coming at other people and speaking for us. When you see it, call it out every time, unapologetically, every time. That's very important. That is how we stay on code. You have a whole lineage behind you. If you lose a couple of people, it is what it is. We're going to continue to support each other, and we just got to make sure that we are pushing the same message when we speak, and don't allow anybody else to speak for you. And if someone does speak for you, then you make sure you interject. This person does not speak for me. If someone tries to um, change the meaning of what FBA is or who is included in the lineage of FBA, look, we're not jacking that. Call it out every single time. Like I said, you're going to lose people, and that's fine. You got a whole lineage behind you.
So, family, we are not of the 19th century, the late 19th century. It's 1860 on back. All that other stuff, we ain't with it. They messed it up and they exposed their hand. They're not a part of us. I'm not a part of the peoplehood. Please don't get me mixed up in that. And y'all don't get mixed up in it neither.
When I
Oh
hear
yeah.
that peoplehood word, yeah, I am just not taking it seriously. Where the hell did that come from? Come on. I
Remember,
think a lot of our people are just trying to read up on it. I think a lot of people aren't falling for it.
yeah. Remember y'all, lineage based reparations, direct cash payments. We are foundational black Americans. They're changing the language right in front of our eyes, y'all. Remember the language. Our brother Tariq talk about it. Nelly Fuller talks about it. Dr. Claude Anderson talks about it. Even the late Dr. Francis Quest Wilson talked about it. The language, it's the wording, y'all. Watch the words. I'm gonna be out by him, man.
Really quick,
Yeah,
I
and
just want to add on. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki. Sorry.
hopefully
Go ahead.
everybody submitted their statements to the OMB, their written statements. Hopefully everybody knows. Is that in the jumbotron?
Yeah, it's about one, two, three, four, five, 6
I can
pages
put it
back.
back and submit your comments. I'm just gonna put it back in the front of the jumbotron. Okay. So I just put it back in the front. I don't know if it showed up for everybody there, but it's very important that it didn't show up yet. It's very important that you submit your statement to the OMB, your written statement saying who you are, what you want to be called, and why. And how long do we have left to do that? Is it like 10 days to do that?
April 12th is the closeout date.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get to work, family. Tell a friend, tell a friend. You know, um, that's the only way we can beat this because we're being undermined and they're trying to change the direction right up on our nose. So we got to stay up on everything that they're doing. California, a mess, man. It's a mess out there in California. I ain't gonna even lie. But I pray for them, man. I really want them to get what they deserve. I want the people, the descendants of chattel slavery, to really get their reparations, man, and folks to stop playing games and trying to put, institutions in front of direct cash payment because that's all we want. We never said nothing about a bank. We never said nothing about a bureau. We never said nothing about no dang affair. None of that. No agency. None of that, man. And they done changed up the wording right in front of our eyes. And you got people pushing. You got some of our people trying to push it. So it's strict over here, man. We really locked down on code, man. We ain't with all that goofy shit.
And with that being said, we're going to close out the space. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, JoJo. I'm going to continue to host these spaces, and I'm out. Have a good night.